Stephen A. Smith done did it. He takes issue with Michelle Obama. Her comments about MAGA. Stephen, brother, for all of the content that exists, this is the hill you decided to die on. I don't understand. All right, here it is.
If I listen to ESPN for an hour, it's like watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's the same drama and they're yelling at each other and they don't get along. Stephen A. Smith, he's just like every other talk show host.
Real Housewife.
He would be.
Right.
It
would be amazing.
So that's why I'm like, what's the difference? It's just, it's just sociological drama.
I respectfully disagreed and still remain pretty salty about what you said about us. And I feel even more adamant about what your husband, Barack Obama, said when he talked to those men in Pittsburgh and implied that to not vote for Kamala is because we're engaging in some sort of misogyny. There are issues that matter to every American citizen. And to sort of blackmail us emotionally into trying to compel us to vote one way or another is part of what won Trump the election. Because that side of the aisle was able to look at the left and say, look at what they'll do to win. And y'all talking about him like he's worse. And in a lot of y'all eyes, he is worse. But that didn't make y'all clean.
Stephen, Trump won the election, but black folk are losing. Trump won the election, but 300,000 black women are now unemployed. Trump won the election, but 7.8% of black folk are unemployed. 19+% are underemployed. And a significant margin don't even count because they stopped looking for employment under Trump. He's just been there for a few months. He's affected the job cycle to this degree. So if you want to talk policy, we can go toe-to-toe on policy in a day. The reality is, dear brother, your response was about President Obama more so than Michelle Obama proving her point. If you had an issue with her contextualization of the entertainment value, the friction that is created on your program, which is intentional, purposeful, and has its place, why not respond to it? You decided to take it as an opportunity to launch a proxy attack against the politics of it all. She just said, brother, you can be a Devo sometimes. That's what she was saying. Okay, that's about it. All right, put him up for a mass. Stephen A. Smith is responding to Michelle Obama's comments after comparing his show to The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Stephen A., that's a very popular show, sir. There are worse comparisons in the world. After comparing the show to The Real Housewives of Atlanta on her IMO podcast, Mrs. Obama said that Stephen A. was just like every other talk show and referencing that it's just, the same drama. Quote, they think that sports is better reality TV. I was like, it's the same thing. Mrs. Obama said, referring to debates over content she has had with Robinson and her husband, former President Barack Obama. She added, if I listen to ESPN for an hour, it's like watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's the same drama, and they're yelling at each other, and they don't get along. Stephen A. Smith, he's just like every other talk show. Obama also said that she finds the sociological drama that reality TV series and sports talk shows produce very fascinating. Smith responded on his show on YouTube and said that he still reveres Obama, but defended his show of not being scripted entertainment. Miss Obama went on to say that she finds the sociological drama that reality television series and sports talk television produce fascinating, regardless of the gender of the people on the screen. Smith referred to previous comments made by Obama during the 2024 presidential election cycle, suggesting that a vote for Donald Trump was a vote against women like her and Kamala Harris. Well, that is true, policy-wise, sir, that is true. He said these comments felt like emotional blackmail to voters since most Americans prioritize the economy, immigration, and national security over gender appeals. Now, let's see how that's working for you. Keep it up, full mass. So the agenda, economy, you got one of the worst economies in modern history now, and your national debt is rising. So our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren will be paying for this debt under this president. Immigration, out of control. College students are getting arrested for having an opinion about Israel. And national security, get real. Hegseth is in charge. Quote, Michelle Obama, I want to take this opportunity to remind you that while you are revered by me personally, I'm still a bit salty at you. Smith admitted. When you were campaigning on behalf of the former Vice President Kamala Harris, you said a vote for Trump was a vote against you and a vote against y'all as women. I want to say for the record, I took major offense to that. Are you a woman, Stephen A? This sounds real housewifey to me, sir. He continued. For some people, it's all about the economy. For others, it's all about national security. For some, it's about immigration. For some, it's about safety on the streets of America long before they think about pro-choice or pro-life. I'm talking about men, but she was talking about women. It's a policy issue. She was just stating a policy position. Okay, that's it. Smith concluded his response by saying even though he voted for Kamala Harris in 2024, Obama's comments made him express regret for backing the Democratic ticket, which is insane. You back a ticket because you believe in it, sir. All right, Sharon, thoughts?
Or back no one. Does that mean that he would have rather voted for the guy who's taking everything from everyone except for they're not even 1%ers, there's probably like a fraction of a percent, they're so wealthy. Is that what he's doing? Look, Stephen A. Smith is just like a Real Housewives. The first lady, former first lady's right. He props himself up on a popular platform and then gets butthurt when someone criticizes the dress, makeup choice in a partner, believes his worldview, yelling at sports, Trump's Gaza, the economy, domestic terrorism. The only thing he needs to say to the forever first lady, Michelle Obama, is thank you.
Right.
For giving him something to talk about.
Right.
And something else to go on Fox News about.
That's right. Yeah.
He's a housewife. Okay, yeah. Or a friend of the show, we'll call him until he's officially cast. They have friends. You get a little less pay, but you're on there.
Yeah. And Stephen A., brother, I got a lot of respect for you. I revere you
I love him.
like you revere Michelle Obama.